I love your generation. You say the 45-year plan to your generation, you're like, oh, hell no. 45 years, you're crazy. I want to work on this.
Yes, 100%, right?
From Hawaii.
And it made you have so many different streams of income and so many different ways to help people, most importantly.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I don't sell products. I sell a solution. It's like, listen, you're allergic to dogs, but you want to get a dog. Your little boy wants a dog. Try this product. So I'll give them some samples. Give this a try. Let me know how you feel. I'll follow up with you. And, if it works for them, great. But I've helped a lot of people to be able to get a dog through our products.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here for another LT360 podcast. I am joined by someone who has influenced my life a ton since I have met her, which was 2014, almost 6 years ago, going on 7. It's been awesome ever since. There's so much to learn from her. She's a super inspirational. She's super light and bright and easy to talk to. Anybody I've ever introduced to her as well, which is a lot of people actually, has also had nothing but great things to say. And she has an amazing story. She is an entrepreneur at heart, and she has a boatload of experience in this world. And she has an amazing story. I want her on. She is also a fellow UFO unfranchised owner with Market America, going on 14 years. And that in and of itself is a story. So Michelle Drew, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hey, Dylan, thank you for having me. That was such a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've had some fun over the years, haven't we?
Yeah. And like I said, when we have, a glass or two of wine and we sit there and talk about business trips, it just seems to go and flow. And, we don't necessarily need the wine to have that conversation, although it's Saturday afternoon. So
no wine here.
But we do have such like mind, and there's so many things that we can tackle, and there's so many ways that we can bring that light and influence into other people's lives, and you do such an amazing job of that. And anytime I've ever needed anything, I know I can reach out, and you're a rock. You're always there, always willing to talk, and I appreciate you for that, for sure.
Well, thank you, Dylan. I appreciate you as well. I was talking to somebody just yesterday about our last trip that we were able to take together. And I was like, oh my God, we laughed so much. My face hurt, my ribs were killing me, and all of us were the same. We just had so much fun and learned so much from each other. And it was such a bonding experience, as all of our trips are.
Yeah, they always have been. I'll never forget the one where we drove down to North Carolina, right? that was awesome trip. It was cool. Definitely once in a lifetime experience. We have so many stories, but your story is something I want everyone to hear, and I want other people to experience. So walk me through kind of your beginnings, your childhood, and how you kind of came up, and how this kind of became what you wanted to do, and how you approach life, and how you approach meeting people and things of that nature.
Sure, definitely. I actually started as a recruiter in my early 20s, and it was a summer job for me, and I fell in love with it. And my training was, here's the telephone book and here's the phone. Have at it. That was my training. But I dove in. I was really good at it, and I loved it. So over 28 years of that career, I kind of touched on every aspect of recruiting, from headhunting to temp agency to permanent placement, contract work, and then I ended up in corporate at the end of my career. And in corporate, I went after the project-based recruiting, where a company would hire me to go in and bring on 500 people in a designated period of time. The most aggressive one was 300 in 3 months. That was crazy. But I did it. I did it. I brought on one of my best recruiter friends, and we hammered it out. And they got the positions filled before the end of the year, so they didn't lose the seats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every 3 to 5 years, I would learn a whole new industry because I would get a new project with a construction company or a finance company. So I loved it. However, every 3 to 5 years, I was looking for another job. And the older I got, as I approached 50, I realized that I was going to be competing against the Dylans of the world, who are half my age, right? So I started actively looking for entrepreneur opportunities. And I looked at a lot of different things. I knew what I didn't want to do. And not that there's anything wrong with the MLM industry. There isn't. I mean, there are so many wonderful companies in that category, but I just never had success personally. So I was looking, at a lot of different things, and I happened upon this company, marketamericashop.com, and I saw some really radical differences in the way their compensation plan worked, the way they built teams, and the way they got other people paid. Right. And that was big for me because I can be the best of the best, but if you're not getting paid, I don't have a foundation. I don't have a business. Right. So I loved that sharing and that caring. Right. And I think that's one of the things that you mentioned from the very beginning of our meeting when we were all asking you, what are your goals? What do you want to do? How can we help you to accomplish those goals? It's so different than anything I've ever been involved in.
Yeah.
Nobody in the corporate world ever said, Michelle, what can we do to help you to reach your goals? It's always like, what can you do for us? Right.
No, absolutely. And every time I happen to join a call with someone who you may be introducing me to, the first thing you always ask me to say is, like, what is it that you like the most? What is it that attracted you the most? Yeah. And I say, without a doubt, it's the culture and the people. Yeah. And it's different when you can collaborate than having to compete. And when that is the foundation of what you're trying to do, that it's going to take you places where other things can't and other things won't. So that's always been a big thing. And once again, the people.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
Which is why you're here.
We have so many great people that we're affiliated with. And I always love to, bring it back to Zig Ziglar. And one of his famous sayings is that if you help enough other people to achieve what their goals and desires are, you'll automatically be successful. 100%. And this business proves that time and time and time again.
Yeah. And it goes back to what your definition of success is, right? And is it about, making the most money? Is it about having the biggest house or the best car or all of those things that are materialistic? No, it's about helping other people get where they want. It's about having the opportunity to let people make more money than you, but help them get there. They don't take your job. They don't take your money from you. They don't take your opportunities. They just take what they desire. And if that's more money, then you have the ability to help them do that. And you have the ability to lead that way. So
yes. Exactly. I love that. That.
Without a doubt. And when you, before you were even getting into recruiting and everything, you grew up where? You had how many, siblings? And did you grow up with animals or without animals? You're an animal lover now. So paint that picture as well.
Yeah, definitely. I was the oldest of 3. My brother and I were close in age, so we were like best friends. And my sister came along 11 years later. So she was like a whole different generation. Yeah. I was like the pain in the butt big sister. I wasn't, her best friend.
Yeah.
So, I went to a very, very small high school. It was a regional high school, actually. We had 2 towns that came together because neither town was big enough to have their own school. And I had 92 people in my graduating class with two towns. So yeah, I grew up in Mendon, Massachusetts. That town has grown so much since I was a kid, but we did have animals. We had dogs and cats my whole time. We actually had a horse at one point when I was really little. That's awesome. Always had animals. And I didn't realize how much of an animal person I was until I got my first dog as an adult. And then I realized I was that crazy person.
Yeah.
I was on Zoom with somebody the other day and I had to strap myself into my seat. A three-legged German Shepherd puppy walked by my window and I wanted to jump out the door and greet that dog.
Yes.
Oh my God, cutest little thing. But yeah, so I think I got my animal love or whatever from my dad. He is just he's a wonderful, loving animal person. So yeah, I went to college just for 1 year. And when I took that summer job as a recruiter, I fell in love with it. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. Right. Wow. So that's what I did for 28 years following. And then August 1st of 2008, my position was eliminated for the last time. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I thought of it as my position being eliminated because the economy tanked and nobody was hiring in high volumes. Yeah. But it turned out being retirement at 48. So I said, you know what? I've got time. Nobody's hiring a high volume recruiter in this economy. So I'm going to be an entrepreneur and I'm going to do the best that I can do until the economy turns around and then I'll get a job. And that just never happened. And oh my God, I love it. Once you experience time freedom while still having financial freedom. I mean, having time freedom and being broke is not a lot of fun.
Not fun. No.
It's like, I have time, but I can't do anything. But to have both at the same time, people will say to me, it's like, do you wake up with that smile on your face every day? I'm like, I do.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But once again, it goes back to how, I mean, you guys have influenced the evolution of my entrepreneurial sense and my entrepreneurial love and the way my brain works and how limitless theory came to be without you taking a look at how your position got eliminated. You decided to become more entrepreneurial. You decided to go into something you love. And I met you in 9 years into the business, and now 5 years for me. If you don't do that 14 years ago, how many hundreds of people's lives would not have been influenced that way?
Right.
And that is the concept of limitless theory, is that me being my best self, me altruistically chasing after what I want, gives someone else the right to do so.
Right.
And
I never thought of it that way, Dylan. That's amazing that I like the way you framed that.
Thank you. It's and once again, if you guys didn't ask me, hey, what kind of books are you reading? What's on your vision board? What's on your dream board? I don't even know where the hell I'd be. Like, I don't know. It's funny. It influences. It is my lifestyle. It is who we actually become. It is who we are, and it's not just having products or having a business. It's just who you are, how you live, how you operate, what you do, what you eat, what you drink. Right? Like it's.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. What you put on your face, what you wash your face and your body with, and it's once again, it's amazing how your ability to have that insight 2008 when everyone else was so down in the dumps probably, right? And everyone else was so negative and I don't have a job, I'm searching for a job. And you went entrepreneurial. You said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out on my own. Yeah. And what business were you looking to get into? What was like kind of your main goal? You said you were actively looking, and you mentioned briefly you didn't want the whole MLM thing. You saw some things that were radically different with what we had. Yeah. What were some of like the main key concepts or principles that you were looking for in a business?
Yeah, I was looking for something online that I didn't have to show up for, because I was working 60 hours a week when I found this. I didn't have time to show up all that often, right? Yeah. So I wanted something that was online that could happen without me being present, right? And I was looking for something that I didn't have to quit my job. I didn't have to, put in a lot of hours, something that I could kind of just do on the side alongside what I was already doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a home party person. I think back when I was 18, I was invited to my first home party. I went and I was like, I'll never do that again.
I won't host one and I won't go to one.
Right. Sit there and look at all these products and stuff. I'm like, just give me a magazine, give me a catalog. I'll buy, but I don't want to come and it's like, oof. So for me to turn around then and say, hey, listen, I started this business. Will you have a home party for me? That would be very hypocritical. So that was on my list of things that I wouldn't do. So, and I'm not schlepping makeup or jewelry or Pampered Chef or anything. I'm not schlepping that stuff around. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's work. Right. So
that's a workout in and of itself. Put it in the trunk, take it out, walk up 4 flights of stairs.
Right. Going into strange homes every night and just didn't resonate with me. And a lot of the MLM companies are online now. Again, I don't ever want to bash another company or concept or anything, but those are kind of the key things that I was looking for. And then what I saw, I didn't realize I was looking for, the ability to pay it forward and not just sit at the top of the food chain and say, okay, you guys keep doing what you're doing because I need to make money. I could participate with my team and I could place, when I go shopping, I could place my volume with them so they got paid when I went shopping, just like I got paid when they went shopping. And I was like, that's crazy, but it's crazy good, right?
Crazy in the best way.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw this business for the first time on a Tuesday night. I would have launched my business because they did it differently back then. We don't do this anymore. I would have launched my business that night if somebody would have done it for me. But we ended up doing it that Saturday. I launched my business, got my website set up and everything. And the following Wednesday or Thursday, I was on a plane to Miami because they had a corporate event. I went by myself. I didn't know anybody that was going, but I wanted to go. Miami, February. I'm like,
sounds like a good place for me. Yeah.
I'm in. So I went down there by myself. I had nobody to get excited with and high five or anything. I was around 25,000 strangers. And I'm going, oh my God. I had no idea what we had our hands on. And that was 14 years ago. We had 800 products. Now we have 3,500. We had like 100 partner stores. Now we have 5,000, right? So much different, but I was blown away. I mean, there were times I was tearing up and I had to pinch myself and I'm like, oh my God, I really have my hand. This is my company. And and just to see the corporate team and their passion and their love for the other unfranchised owners just blew me away. And because of that, I never looked back and doubted my decision to become an unfranchised owner. And my generation, Dylan, set the pace for you guys, by the way. We proved that the 45-year plan doesn't work.
Yes, we did.
We did a really good job.
All too well. You guys definitely
hands down, doesn't work.
Yes. That 45-year plan was the American dream that was tube fed to everybody. And it clearly has not worked out well for thousands, millions, hundreds of millions of people.
My poor dad, I rocked his world. He was like, to the day he died, once I became an entrepreneur, he's like, when are you going to get a job? I'm like, Daddy, never. Never going to happen. He couldn't get his head around it because he was like work hard, be good to a company, they'll be good to you type of thing. And till the day he died, he's like, will you ever get a job? I'm like, no.
Well, at one point, it was that way. They would be nice to you.
Yeah.
But times changed and it became much more corporate world where monopolizing companies took over and their ability to have human connection and choose things from a relative standpoint and make decisions based on people and relative situations just got lost in the mix. It was about productivity. It was about meeting quotas every 3 months, every quarter, every year. And if you weren't constantly growing, you were done. You were down.
Yeah.
And you had to pay so much upfront for capital, right? With brick and mortar stores and these things, that you lost the ability to put the money into your employees' pockets. It went into marketing, and it went into overhead, glamorous. This looks pretty. This, the stocks are full and shelved, and every single day they look exactly the same. And that became the expectation from a consumer standpoint. If you didn't reach that expectation, you were a sketchy business or brand, and you didn't meet the quota that people were willing to spend money on. So
right.
it is,
I love your generation. You say the 45-year plan to your generation, you're like, oh, hell no. 45 years, you're crazy. I want to work on this.
Yes, 100%, right?
From Hawaii.
Yeah. And we were just talking about, right? Like I want to travel
oh my
so
God,
much
I'm
more.
so excited for you.
The ability to live, work, and sleep all in the same place excites the crap out of me. So
yeah, as it should.
Yes, and you have the ability to do so, and you recently were able to upgrade to a beautiful home and a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Share that quick little story, because that one
I wish it wasn't pouring out, because I'd turn around my computer and show you my gorgeous view. I live on the water, I live on the ocean, and I just adore it. I live in a beach community, so it's very community based. And I don't know if anybody knows Bristol, Rhode Island, but it's like the home of the 4th of July, right? It's like a big deal. So we have communities, we have concerts, we have beach parties, and it's like, what a fun place to live, right? And I'm here with my 2 dogs, my Chihuahua and my Pit Bull. And the Chihuahua rules the roost. My Pit Bull will not mess with her. It's so funny. But we're living, it was on my vision board for a year and a half. And it finally happened because I use a vision board. And you guys, if you don't use a vision board, do it. You got to do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mine is right there.
Yep, mine's right there.
Yeah. It's
and the ocean's right there, right in front of me.
I don't have the ocean. It's like a half mile east of me, but it was close enough. I walked there this morning, So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
But speaking of the animals and the pets, beautiful little dogs that you have.
Yes.
I told you we just got a cat, right?
Yes.
Yes. She is so cute. And she's really opened up. We've had her for about 2 weeks, and she's really opening up, being herself now. She's super cute.
That's so great.
And now I get to add things into my auto ship, right? Something
yes.
of pet health, right?
Oh, I wouldn't be without that.
Yeah.
You know it.
Absolutely. OPC3 glucosamine multivitamin for the dog and the cats.
Absolutely.
And then I bought all my stuff on Chewy, so I was able to get my cash back on Chewy and get my IBV and all those things.
Awesome. Awesome. And so did the team.
Yes, and so did the team. Everybody else.
Team. Yep. Exactly.
Everybody else got paid for my new cat edition.
Right? There you go. We love that. We love that. And everybody gets paid when I drink wine. Yes.
What store do you what do you use for wine? What store? Do you use
wine.com?
Wine.com. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Some great deals.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And the other one you can go, I'm not 100% sure what the IBV is for wine.com, but you can go on Groupon. Groupon has it's a partner store, right? And I've been doing a lot of holiday shopping on Groupon. Yeah. And they have a lot of great wine deals. They'll sell you
yes. I have
bottles.
to look at that. I have to look at that for sure.
So that's a good option as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What is wine.com like 13%, 6%?
I don't even know.
Yeah. I figured you might.
Yeah.
All I know is I got paid for it.
I got paid, and so did you all.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
I'll cheer on the wine, the need for wine. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Back to your pets. All right.
Yes, I was going to do the same. I was going to
Yeah.
go now back to the now.
Full
Let's
circle.
talk about animals again.
Yeah. So, paint the picture for everybody on how you started to expand your entrepreneurial want and need and love for animals, and how all of that is changing and evolving now. You might
Oh my God.
take the floor for a couple minutes if you need to.
Okay, perfect. So, oh gosh, back in, I'm going to say 2010, I found myself volunteering for rescue organizations. And I always told them, it's like, I will do anything you need me to do. Just don't ever ask me to foster.
Mm.
How'd that work out? I fostered 70. But so I started to really get involved and see these amazing animals coming out of like horribly abusive situations, like horribly, or in a shelter just forgotten and left for dead, in a kill shelter where they had like a certain number of days before they were euthanized. So I really experienced a different side of animal loving, and wow, it just catapulted my passion through the roof. So my first foster, actually, I got a call and they said, Michelle, could you pick up this dog, Big Mo? Can you pick him up at this surgery? He had to have eye surgery. He only had one eye and he had to have eye surgery on his good eye. So now he can't see. Can you bring him to this boarding facility where he's going to be put in a crate and, left to heal, whatever. And I was like, no, he's coming home with me. And that was the start of my fostering. I fostered 70 dogs. 68 of them moved on to another forever home. 2 of them stayed with me, Gucci and Soldier. And I was the events manager for 2 rescue organizations for 8 years. And that was amazing. We did adoption events where people would come and meet the dogs instead of getting a dog online, right? They would come and meet the dog, interact with the dog, and sometimes they would come to meet one dog and fall in love with another dog, right? So I loved it so much. So I started to notice that everybody was asking me questions because I was the face of the organization. I was out at these adoption events all the time, every single weekend, at least 2 events. So I started getting questions, Michelle, do you know anybody who can walk my dog in the middle of the day? Do you know anybody who pet sits? Do you know any dog trainers? Do you know any groomers that will come to my house? And I'm like, I ran a temp agency for a long time. I'm here in temp agency here for the pet services business, right? So I started it. It's called Auntie Shell's Pet Services. And I started that in 2014. And I just made a business out of it. And I'm like, yes, I do know a company that can help you out with that. So I hired 7 people, dog trainers, dog groomers, pet sitters. My people had to have a minimum of 5 years experience working with other people's pets. I wasn't like, oh, you're home from college for the summer, you can pet sit. No.
Here you go.
No. Not on my watch. Because dealing with other people's pets is very different. So that business was booming for 6 years, right? In January, maybe a little bit before January of 2020, we started doing wedding pet valet. Oh my God. A dog is a couple's first child. They want that child in their photos of their wedding, right? So we provided a service where we escorted the dog, took care of the dog in between sessions, like the dog would walk the rings down the aisle on the collar, and then they would have a happy hour or social hour, and the dog couldn't be there because there was food. So we would take the dog off and play. Then we would get the dog to sit pretty and look good in the pictures, and then we would take the dog home again. Oh, how fun. You're dealing with people the best day of their life, their wedding, and they get to have their I wish I thought I had to have a picture of Finnegan up here. My favorite one, we only did 3 weddings before the pandemic. But they were fun. Finnegan's dads got married and he had a matching tuxedo to his dad's and he had a matching boutonniere. Cutest thing ever. It was the best. So come around, 6 years of a hugely successful business, March 14th of 2020, we went to zero. And we tried to ride it out. We didn't know how long it was going. We certainly didn't know it was going to last this long, right? So my 7 people had to find work elsewhere. So, that business went belly up, really. I don't know if I'll bring it back when we turn around, because I don't know that we're ever going to go back 100% to where we were. People are working from home. They don't need a dog walker.
Yeah.
People are not traveling and vacationing as much as they did. Weddings, you can maxing out at what, 50? So they've got 100 family members that can bring the dog. They don't need to pay me to do it.
Yeah.
So thank God I had this other business that I was already established. Thank God I had it when I got downsized in 2008. Thank God I had it when, Auntie Shell's Pet Services went belly up. It's just such a great thing to have a backup plan. And you need a backup plan before you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? And the pure ability for you to even start Auntie Shell's Pet Services was because you already had financial freedom in that sense. You didn't need to worry and spend all your time trying to chase money. So you were able to do something you loved and offer your services for not the purpose of gaining more financial wealth, but for working with animals that you love.
Exactly.
But the crazy thing is that you are highly allergic to to pets.
I am.
So explain that to everybody. How is that even possible?
Oh my God. I got my first dog as an adult when I was 40. I don't know why I waited so long, but I did. When I was 40, I got my first dog. And I loved her. Her name was Scarlett. She was a Norwegian Elkhound. I actually went to a pet store with my sister. My sister called me. She's like, "Oh my God, you've got to see this bird." So I drove an hour to see the damn bird, right? And Scarlett caught my eye, and I'm like, "Oh my God, she's adorable. If I was a dog, that would be me," because she was feisty. She was feisty. She was pulling on the tail of the bigger dogs and shaking it. And I'm like, that would be me. I said, "Could I just meet that dog?" Yeah, the rest is history. She came home with me. It's kind of my MO, right?
Yeah.
So I got her home. We were like 2 peas in a pod. It was awesome. And then I started getting wheezy, and the tear ducts in here were swelling up out of my eyes. And I was like, it was awful. I was in terrible discomfort. I was like, "Oh, this sucks. I'm allergic to dogs." But your body changes every 7 years. I didn't know that, because when we were kids, dogs didn't sleep in the big bed when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
So I would do Benadryl and do all those things that dry out your sinuses and all of that. And then I found this business and the products. And one of the products in particular, you've mentioned it already, is the OPC3. I was like, well, they say that it's good for allergies and asthma and all these different things. Let me try it. Haven't had an allergy symptom since, except for the one time about 10 years ago that I ran out of it and my symptoms all came back. So it's not a cure. It's just something that gets the inflammation out of your system. It allows your immune system to do what it's supposed to do. Yes. So you would never know that I'm allergic to animals. I've had up to 6 dogs and 3 cats of my own. So if anybody was going to have an allergic reaction, having 9 animals, that would be me.
No.
Right? Yeah.
And it's that pycnogenol. I try to tell people, like, if you have asthma and symptoms of that nature, just take this damn thing, and I promise you, right? It will help. It will help.
Yeah, and the same thing for the pets. Every single one of those fosters that I brought into my home got OPC3 for pets. Mm-hmm. And the difference is ours is berry flavored, theirs is beef flavored, so they say. I don't know, so I never tried it. I don't eat beef anyway. Within 3 days, the transformation, because those dogs were in a really bad situation, not getting a good diet, not a good quality dog food or whatever. So they had digestive issues, skin issues, allergy issues. Within 3 days, I would see a remarkable difference in every single dog that had issues. I mean, not they didn't all come with issues, but the ones that did, the older dogs, they, like, puppies don't have time to have issues yet, right? No. But any of the other dogs, whether they had mange or allergic skin because they were eating such a crappy food, boom. And yeah, I swear by that stuff.
And older dogs with joint
Oh my
problems,
God.
I mean, that's a game changer. Like for Rottweilers, right? We had a Rottweiler,
Yeah.
and and the ability for that to just keep symptoms at bay
Mm,
was absolutely insane. And
yeah.
you could tell when it wasn't taken and when it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, absolutely. I've had 5 Rottweilers in my day. And like with Scarlett, Scarlett lived to be 16 and a half, and she was not a small dog. And she lived, right? At 16, she was running through the house, throwing her dog in her toy in the air. And she couldn't see it come down because she had cataracts. Right? Exactly. But at 16, she was running full force through the house with her toys, right? And she died at 16 and a half. And I always told her, I will not make you suffer because I'm not bold enough or courageous enough to make that decision. So
Yes.
on a Tuesday, she started spasming. She was 16 and a half. She started spasming. And I said, okay, she couldn't walk out to go to the bathroom on her own. So I said, okay, tomorrow's the day. But she lived her life to the fullest until she didn't. So I love that there wasn't a gradual decline,
It was just,
over years. It was just like, whoop, okay, I'm done. And that's how I'm going out.
yeah.
That's how I'm going out.
I was just gonna say, that's a hell of a way to leave the world, right?
Yeah, 104. I'm going to sleep one night and I'm not waking up. That's my plan. It's on my vision board.
Love it. 104.
104. Yeah.
104.
Yeah.
You have so much life left in you.
I do.
I love it. I love it. And those products are definitely gonna help
Oh yeah,
all the
for
way
sure.
through the end.
You got it.
Undoubtedly. There's probably, tons of people watching this that are gonna completely underestimate how old you are and just not be able to even guess or tell. And I remember,
I don't hide it.
yeah.
I'm not shy about it.
Yeah.
I'm 61.
Yes. And
6'1".
6'1".
Yep.
And the energy, the vibrancy, the looks, everything, and people don't believe it most of the time.
Well, thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. And the other thing I wanted to chat about was not only the OPC3 and all that stuff for the dogs, but also I didn't know what your thoughts were on like the allergenic shampoo, and I know there's other products that we have for the dogs. Do you use those as well? Or are those super? Yeah.
Yeah,
And your ability
absolutely.
to then talk with other people that you were helping, you're servicing all of these people through your Auntie Shell's Pet Services.
Yeah.
And now you have not only the services to offer, but the products to go along with it.
Exactly.
And that happens with so many of the people in this business. It's not one dimensional in any way. There's thousands of ways that you can service people and offer them products to go along with that, which I really love. And it made you have so many different streams of income and so many different ways to help people, most importantly.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I don't sell products. I sell a solution. It's like, listen, you're allergic to dogs, but you want to get a dog. Your little boy wants a dog. Try this product. So I'll give them some samples. Give this a try. Let me know how you feel. I'll follow up with you. And, if it works for them, great. If they don't take it, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. But I've helped a lot of people to be able to get a dog through our products. So that's awesome, isn't it?
It's a great tool, without a doubt. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I've been able to help people with nutrition, right? And that's given them the opportunity to do so many other things. And Michelle has joined part in a bunch of my nutrition groups and 30-day or 3-week, little challenges that we do here and there, and just doing consistent coaching. And
it's so much more fun to do it in a group than to try to do it yourself. I've tried to do it myself. It's always better when I'm with a group.
And it's amazing how even from when I first met you, your gradual transition in dietary lifestyle has been crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Dramatic.
Yes. Yeah. I was talking about that with a friend just this week. We're out to dinner and it's like, we split a meal. Because I'm like, I used to be able to take that whole sucker down, right? It's like, I can barely eat half of the meal now, because I'm fueling my body throughout the day instead of saving up for dinner, which is so unhealthy.
Getting your stomach to be tiny, and then all of a sudden you're like,
Yeah, fill it right up.
and then try to go to sleep on that.
Yeah.
So that's been awesome to see too. And it, once again, it's not just a product that we're taking or something that we're selling or something we're trying to get people into. It's like quite literally every part of our life. It's just meshing life and business and friends and community and all of those things.
And heart. I mean, doing it from your heart because you care about the person, not because you want to sell them a product.
Yes, 100%. The simple fact of, hey, you are looking for something, whether it's more money or you're looking to have something for student loans, or you're looking to have something for your kid going to college, or you want to buy a new house, or you need a new car, or you need money to do a lot of things. Hey, I have something that might be able to help you, and it might be for you. If it's not, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, exactly. We're still going to be friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's the beautiest part of it. And then to bring that full circle, right? It's so involved in our lives, and I'm wearing the shirt, right? Convert your spending into earning. And I think of that in so many different ways, right? Convert your spending. You're spending time cooking food to intake it, and it's going to earn you either good energy or bad energy, right? Either a bad mood or a crappy upset stomach, So like those things play out. And then it's also where you invest your time will ultimately show a result of what you're going to get out of it. And the way that the company thinks about it, convert spending into earning, it's quite literally your whole life, the shopping annuity, right? So we all make money to spend money, and it's made, it's spent, it's gone, it never comes back to you. You got to make more in order to spend more. So I want you to paint the picture of the revolutionary shopping annuity for me.
Oh my God. I've gotten so good at this. I've gotten so good at this. I don't spend money if I'm not going to get paid on it. And my whole team is going to get paid on it. And I'm just, whatever I'm looking for, I go to my website first. My website is my homepage. It's my business, right? So whatever I'm looking for, I search it on my website. And if I can't find it there, like I like to shop at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Okay. So that's not an online store. I think they are doing more online since the pandemic.
They're transitioning.
Yeah. But before that, no. So how am I going to get paid when I go shopping at TJ Maxx and Marshalls? How am I going to figure that out? So I went to raise.com, which is a partner store. And I always have TJ Maxx, because that's TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Always have plastic cards in my wallet, so that if I get in a mood and I want to go buy a dress or something, I'm going to get paid for it, right? When I put tires on my car, I'm like, okay, I want to get paid for these tires. So, I made sure that I went out to my website first. You just have to plan ahead sometimes, right? Because I couldn't just drive to the tire store and say, put them on. I had to get them shipped to the store, right?
Yeah.
So, no big deal.
Like anything in life, if you're not planning ahead, you're just mindlessly walking, and you're not going to get ahead doing anything.
Exactly.
You're not going to get whatever it is.
Exactly. When I want to put gas in my car, I just make sure that I have a $200 Speedway gift card, so that I get paid 5% on all the gas that goes in my car. And so does the whole team, right? It's just such a no-brainer, and nobody else has ever done it. And, people will ask, it's like, well, what about Amazon? Amazon's not going away. I get that. We're not looking to put Amazon out of business. We're just looking to get the average individual paid, maybe not at the level of Jeff Bezos, but I want you to make a six-figure income, and 6 or 7-figure income, right? Why would I limit you? I just limited you. Sorry. Delete. Right?
The traditional annuity of like putting money into something that just sits there. You can't access it. If you do access it, you're taking away your percentage of return, this, that, and the next. Well, if I have the money and I want to put it into something, I'm going to buy something tangible, but I get a percentage of that back.
Yep.
Everything I ever spend when I was 19 or 18 and I saw this and I was like, I have so many years ahead of me and I'm going to spend
I know,
so
right?
much money over the course of that time. If I got the slightest percentage of all the money I ever spend back, that's a crap load. That's
Mhm.
more than I would have if I didn't choose to
Yeah.
go down that road.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wait, but all the people I'm connected to can also do the same thing and that'll
Mm.
also benefit me. Mind
That's
blown.
crazy, right?
It's absurd. And then to think that it would transition into a business now that I have of offering a service and having product next to it.
Yeah.
And then it turned into the idea of like just being an overall better person, self-help books, vision boards. The list goes on and on and on and on. And the way I try to explain it to a lot of people now,
I'm getting a
um,
delivery as we speak.
there you go. Funny enough, the laptop is on a Market America and shop.com box as we speak. So,
Yep. Awesome.
yeah. So, the ability for those things to happen comes, over time, and
Mm.
it's not a wake up the next morning and oh my God, I can go buy a brand new house and a brand new car and do this and do that. But the way I've tried to explain it to people is McDonald's, in its most basic sense, is not a food distribution company.
Mm-mm.
It's actually a real estate company.
Yeah.
And they have millions and millions and millions and millions of different products, but most importantly, they have thousands of locations to
Mhm.
service and sell those products, right? They expanded distribution across the entire world and it's systematically put in each place. And there's a system that runs it. It doesn't take a lot, but someone flipping patties and putting French fries in a bag, right? Um, they've become so successful in that sense. They're not, doing the best thing for people in the world, right? Which is problem number one.
I can't
Um,
remember the last time I ate McDonald's. Oh
oh
my
no,
God.
I don't even, I don't even want to talk about that. My stomach would implode. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
nastiness. But the understanding that there's only so much commercial real estate in the world.
Mm.
There's only so many places that buildings can go and service people or provide a product for people. But all of the people in the world need a place to live. So
Mhm.
what if you had the ability to turn each and every household that is already there, it's already established, it doesn't take upfront real estate money to buy, could become a systematic business in and of itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And
we're
that's
like the Uber and the Airbnb,
hmm
right? Of the shopping world, which
yes,
I
yes,
love. That
yes.
is so cool.
And it's so much more than just the shopping world too. I mean, it's
Yes, it is.
it is once again, um, it's so hard to comprehend and like give someone a 2-minute commercial on what this is.
On a
Uh,
$9.6 billion company.
yes,
Right?
you don't just wake up one day and have a track record of quarter after quarter growth through two economic huge downfalls,
Right.
2008, 2020. The company has grown exponentially during both of
Hmm.
those.
Yeah.
Um, and to continue to bring this full circle, because of everything going on, you have had a huge explosion in the organization, and you're even further away from needing, wanting, or desiring auntie shells, right?
Yeah.
Traditional business.
Yeah.
um, so what is like the number one thing you sit down and try to talk to somebody, um, and what is the number one thing that you're really looking to try to drive home? Like that first time they're like, hey, what is this thing?
Hmm.
What is like your go-to kind of line? Is it anything in particular?
No, everyone's different. So my thing, and as a recruiter, this comes like second nature to me.
Mhm.
I interview them. It's not about my business. It's about you,
Mhm.
right? Tell me about yourself. What are your goals? Do you use a vision board? Do you have a goal statement? Um, you know, if time and money were no issue, how
Yeah.
would your life look? And nobody asks people that,
No.
right? And that kind of goes back to what you said earlier. And people love to talk about that stuff, but nobody ever cares enough to ask. So I start every single time I meet with somebody, and they know they're coming to look at a business,
Mhm.
right? Just evaluate a business concept, really. That's how I approach it. I don't
Yeah.
ever try to recruit anybody. I just say,
No.
listen, you got to take a look at what I'm doing. It's a great new business concept. You might know the right people,
Mhm.
right? So that way nobody feels recruited. They don't feel like, oh God, I'm going to have to say no, and that's going to be so weird.
Yeah.
But when we sit down, they expect me to jump in and tell them all about me and what have I got. And I do exactly the opposite. Um, Ask them about them. What do they do for a living? Do you have any kids? Do you have student loan debt? Do you have an account set aside for your kids to go to college? And I just want to know what they need so that I can customize a solution for them, right?
Yeah. And it's amazing you ended it on customize a solution for them, because as a nutrimetrics health professional with the company, right,
Mm-hmm.
we are so blinded in the health and wellness industry to, the glamour of, look what I can do. I can offer you this and I can offer you that. And, you're thrown commercials with side effects of, of these drugs and pharmaceuticals. And there's a place for Western medicine, but the underlying thing that I've learned most probably from this company is like, and a lot of good mentors in the athletic training and personal training realm, every person is different. And I can approach my personal training clients and my nutrition clients the same way that I approach a potential business partner and
Mm-hmm.
someone that I want to work alongside um, with for the rest of my life. It's beautiful in that sense. When I sit down with someone for a nutrition consultation, they're expecting me to just give them specific, eat this at this time and this. And from experience, it's all about education and it's all about figuring out what you need.
Mm-hmm.
I send you a questionnaire, you answer questions, I blueprint, basic things that I think need some focus, things that you should definitely implement already, and get real questions and a real sense of like what's going on psychologically with what you're putting in your body.
Mm-hmm.
What else are you consuming outside of food that is stressful? Are you, like, and not just alcohol, right? But I mean, if you're consuming so much negative content from the news, like, yeah, it's completely possible to say, instead of turning on the news in the morning, go for a 10-minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
Your life will drastically change.
Yes,
It's
it
very
sure
simple.
would.
Sometimes it's
Yeah,
not nutrition, right? It's
right,
and sometimes it's not money that people want out of a business.
right,
It's
right.
it's the ability to help people. It's
Yeah,
the time freedom, the
yeah,
the ability to give other people hope.
yeah.
It goes
And your generation is really big on generational wealth. That
yes.
wasn't even a term when I was your age. And that's big to be able to leave a legacy for your family and for generations to come.
Yeah, that, I mean,
Where
the
else
big,
could you do that?
no, the the when I heard that as well, on top of, like I said, I was 18, I was like, what if I get a percentage back of every dollar I ever spend?
Yeah.
And then I was told that whatever I build in my time here can be willed to somebody.
Hmm.
It was hard for me to comprehend. I was like, wait,
Right.
that income would just shift names.
Yes.
It's now yours.
Yeah.
Take it and
Crazy,
run with
right?
it. It becomes your life. It becomes,
Yeah.
and it's seamless. And that's
Yes.
generational wealth to a T,
Yes.
to an absolute T.
Yeah. Exactly.
Craziness. What
Yay.
Yeah, I know, right? It's hard not to be excited.
I know.
um, I have a couple other questions for you.
Okay.
Some of them are just kind of about things that we offer. What is your favorite branch of Market America? We have so many different industries. What is your favorite one? Can you choose one?
The
I know
pet health, the
the
pet
pet health.
division.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I figured that was worth asking.
Yeah.
Might be
Yeah.
something.
It's one of the smallest divisions. They don't have a whole lot of pet products, but
No.
that is, because of my network,
Hmm.
it just gives me so much opportunity,
To
to
help
start
people.
with the pet stuff
Hmm.
and then move over into, the
Your health.
personal
Yeah.
health. Yeah. Yeah. I've
um.
had people call me and say, "Do you have any of this? Do you have something like this for people? Because
Yeah.
my dog is like running around like a puppy again."
Well,
And
yes,
as
I
a
do.
fact, I do.
The other thing I wanted to ask, which conference do you like better? Do you like going to Miami or do you like
Wow.
North Carolina?
Wow. Well, I always love Miami. In February, I live in Rhode Island.
Yeah, I know.
So, um, yeah, I Miami is so much more social,
Mm,
and I like that. I
yeah.
like that just by nature of being
Cool.
in Miami and South Beach, and everybody's out and about. It's so for that reason, I do like Miami better.
Yeah.
This year,
I
we're
would.
going to be in Las Vegas.
I know.
I can't wait. Want to talk about social?
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh my
so
God.
fun at
Crazy.
MGM Grand. When I
Yeah.
heard that, I was like, I'm not even mad that it's not in Miami, right in my
Right in
backyard.
your
I don't.
backyard.
Yeah, I'm going to Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Yep. I was supposed to go to Vegas this year and that all
Right.
got sidetracked. So
Right.
it'll be cool. I
Yeah.
hope I have a friend out in LA. I hope to go out there and visit him for a couple days before, after, and just kind of make a trip out of it. So
In your RV?
possibly.
Right.
I
Woo.
said that to my mom. I was like, I was thinking about it. The first trip could just be to Las Vegas. I could just come up to Rhode Island. I'll pick you up, and then we'll head
We'll
over
head on
there.
out.
And she was like, "Well,
That's cool.
I'm not against that." I was like, "Okay, good."
Right. Good, mom. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, I'm super excited for that. Um, Overall, your favorite product that you use personally on a daily basis?
Oh God, I have so many of them. However, I recently started with a skincare product that I've gotten so many compliments on my skin since I started using it. And I've always had decent skin, but people are like, "You're glowing." I'm like, "I know, I have this new product and it's awesome." It's a Lumiere de Vie elixir. It's like an oil-based
Okay.
elixir, and it just, oh my God, it's amazing. Another one is the liquid lip. It's mask friendly. I can put my
Uh,
mask on and I
and
still
it
have
won't.
lipstick and it's not all over my face. So it's awesome. It's
That's
one of my
great.
newest favorites.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Check those out if you're watching. I don't use the lipstick,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Nor should you.
Yes, good point. And then your favorite partner story.
Raise.com.
Raise. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Um, and for
Because
those
they
of
let
you
me
who
double dip on everything.
on everything,
Everything.
everything, that is, yeah. So for those of you who may this sounds gibberish, the ability to double dip is profound in this business. It's insane. Not only can you spend money and get a little bit of it back, but you can almost, you know, double and triple dip on something. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, raise.com will allow you to buy a discounted gift card. So say it's $100 gift card, you get it for 98, and then upon purchasing it, you will get 2% cash, 2% IBV if you're a business owner, or 5% cash back if you are not a business owner. Which on $100 is you put $2 or $5 back in your pocket. Like, that's well worth it. Why not? And then you can take it, that gift card, you can go to a place that is shop local, right? Something else that we do is the ability for restaurants and barber shops and spas and coffee shops
Mm-hmm.
to be a part of the shop.com network. And essentially, if you swipe the card there, then you would get an additional percent cash back for using Shop Local. And you can even buy the credit card as well. Like it's
that's where you get the triple dip.
yes, that's where you get the triple dip. You can it's so amazing. If you want to know more, reach out because it's hard to explain. Like I said,
it really is. It's a visual thing.
Yeah, and it's a universal, all around the globe, almost $10 billion company that's been around for 27 years, revolutionary shopping annuity concepts, a visionary for, a leader, JR and Lauren, and all of these amazing people who, it's just wild. Michelle, last thing I want to ask you, your favorite experience in the company, whether it was maybe...
Oh, wow. You know what that is.
I know, I had to.
You know what that is. Oh my God. Talking about vision boards. I had been invited to the company yacht, which won the super yacht all around the globe, super yacht in 2018 or 2018 when it was built. $50 million amazing yacht. It's crazy. And I was invited to go on and meet with a small group of 10 people, meet with the founder and his wife, be trained personally by them. And that was amazing. So I came home and I typed it up. JR called, the founder. Yeah. JR called, and he wants my whole team to go on the Utopia. It never made it to my dream board. He didn't call, his people called. Yeah. And they were like, he would like to invite you to Miami, and you and your team. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So when we all went down to Miami, that's my favorite experience ever. And it was on my birthday, my 60th birthday.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. That was yes.
The best to be with you guys, to be in Miami. It was just so special.
Undoubtedly my favorite experience too.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's funny because I've met people in Miami and they're like, when people come down here, we like go over to Star Island and we show them that boat. We show them that. Yeah. I was like, I've been on there.
We've been on there. That's it.
Yes. That's it. We got to toast with them. We had some champagne that day. We were all hanging out on the top of the yacht. It was. Yeah. I did the handstand on the back of it.
Yeah. And I want to preface, I want to kind of fix that a little bit. Yeah. I was allowed to invite only the special people on my team, the people who are walking the walk, doing the work, and shining superstars, right? And Dylan was the first on my list. You were the first on my list. Yeah. I was like, he's got to be there. I got to have him there. And I just want to say to you, Dylan, I admire you so much to be at your age doing the life-changing things that you're doing and offering so much of yourself to so many people. I adore you. You know that. And I just want to say that publicly.
Thank you. It means so much. And I definitely wouldn't be in this position undoubtedly if it wasn't for the company and you and Brian and Jane and like all of these people, just like so many amazing people that have influenced me. And I was in such a vulnerable place at 18 years old to be taken in the most bright and great direction possible, mentally, physically, spirit. This company put me onto my love for nutrition. It put me onto my love for, being able to help people not have to work for somebody, because I'm just way too free-spirited for that. And I think everyone has a desire to do what they want to do. And so many people suppress that. And it's a big part of the depression and anxiety that's going on in the world. And the energy, when you go to a conference, when you talk to people, when you have conversations with you, when I, hop on the team call on a Wednesday night or a Monday night, whatever it is at that time during my 5 years, it's changed so much. Right?
I know, right?
It's so positive in so many different ways. And you learn so many other things besides like trying to make money and build a business.
Yeah.
You learn life practice, you learn morals, you learn values, and it has changed my ability to look at the world and see things so much differently, vastly differently. So
that's awesome.
It all comes full circle.
It does.
It all comes full circle.
We're all one at the end of the day.
Only egos, fears, and beliefs separate us.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. True.
Michelle, I think that's a perfect place to end.
I think so too. Thank you so much for having me, Dylan. This has been a blast.
And I couldn't agree more. If anybody wants to reach out to Michelle, you can obviously ask me for her contact. I don't know if you want to drop an email or Facebook or anything like that for people to reach out and ask questions to you. Feel free to do so. I don't know if you want.
In the chat window?
No, you can just say it out loud. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Michelle is so technologically
my God.
And she runs an online business.
It's bad. It's bad. So yeah, I am on Facebook. It's just a picture of me, and it's Michelle Drew. You have it at the bottom. And my email is mdrew520 at Gmail. Easy
peasy. So reach out if you want to hop on a call or learn more about Michelle, and even just learn more about what me and Michelle do and how we might be able to help you.
Yeah. And Dylan and I would do that as a team.
Yes, absolutely. Everything's as a team. Nothing we do is separate. You can build together and live in glory together. You don't have to compete and collaborate in this world. We get to collaborate. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I will talk to you soon.
Yes, you will. Monday night 7 o'clock, 7:30 actually.
Yes. And I think there was someone you wanted to introduce me to as well, or not even introduce me. We were supposed to catch up with someone that I went to high school with.
Yes.
So let me know when I can do that.
Absolutely.
And hop on with you guys. All right.
Sounds great.
For everybody watching and listening, until next time, be limitless. Adios. What's up, LT Tribe? DFOS here, just to express my gratitude and say thank you for tuning in and continuously commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the episodes and the content that we are bringing you. It is helping so much. Once again, I want to say thank you and hope you have a great rest of your day. Limitless Fitness family, this one is for you. If you are a weekend warrior, a fitness enthusiast, a fitness professional, or an athlete, young or old, it does not matter. If you are trying to get fit or stay fit or improve your fitness levels, head over to ck1bands.com and grab yourself a pair or set or single band, because a resistance band is one of the most efficient pieces of fitness equipment that you can use anytime, anywhere, any place, and you can bring with you almost anywhere you travel. So head over to ck1bands.com and use the code LIMITLESS, all capitalized, for a special discount at checkout. Please go support Chris. Everything he's doing. Chris Capon was a high school teammate of mine, a lifelong friend, and the first guest on the LT360 Podcast. He is the creator and founder of CK1 Sports. If you have not listened to that podcast, I highly suggest you go do that. And after you do, or while you are listening or watching it, head over to ck1bands.com and grab yourself some bands. I use these things every day with my clients, and they never disappoint. These times there's one thing that we can count on to keep us connected, and that is the one and only video conferencing platform, Zoom. Zoom is an amazing platform. It's the very platform that I use to record
the visual portion of the LT360 podcast. I also used it today to share a business plan and stay connected with someone that wanted to learn more about products and services that we offer. And I also used it to train a virtual personal training client this morning. It is virtually simplistic, very simplistic. Anybody can use it, and we just scored an amazing deal. As unfranchised owners, you can get the $160 valued membership through Zoom for just $9.99 per month, instead of paying $160 per month for unlimited recording access and storage and tons of other features. You can pay $9.99 per month and save nearly $1,800 per month. You best believe it. I signed up, I created and transferred my account over to this pro account, and I will not be looking back, because that $9.99 per month that I'm paying also comes with a residual 15% IBV commissions. Each and every month that I pay out $9.99, I'm getting 15% commissions on that in the form of IBV, and I cannot think of an easier and better way to stay connected with my team and help my team get paid. So make sure you head over to your back office, go to my account, go to my services, and look up Zoom video conferencing. You will not be disappointed. Let's all use Zoom to help us stay connected and get financially fit together. What's up, Lumos Theory Tribe? Hope you enjoyed the episode. I wanted to take a second to shout out a childhood neighbor of mine, Victor Rosa. He just started a new podcast. Would love for you guys to go support. It's called Real Recognize Real. Just two dudes who love movies, all right? They are going to watch all the movies they can so they can give you quick and insightful reviews on them. These guys have education backing these reviews. They're not just throwing out random opinions. Once again, they are going to see the movies so that you don't have to. So go check them out. Real Recognize Real. Peace. DFOS here. I know y'all understand how much of a nutrition freak I am. And when I heard the world's most nutrient-dense food, you know I had to tune in, listen, and get learnt. So I need y'all to check out the LT360 podcast I did with Catherine Arnston, the founder of Energy Bits, an algae-based nutrition company. It is not a supplement. It is a one-ingredient superfood, and it is recognized as the most nutrient-dense food on the planet by the World Health Organization and others. So go check out energybits.com and make sure to use the discount code Limitless Theory at checkout for 20% off. You will not be disappointed, because you will have the most nutrient-dense food in your pantry in the world. Go check it out now. Peace.